Blizzard tried their hardest to make Druid unplayable with the most recent balance patch. You can never kill Druid. I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I am currently sitting at rank 100 legend, but I got some bad news for you people that don't like Druid. I did it with Druid, and Beetle Druid is 100% back. And with this archetype, I'm currently sitting at a 60% win rate with the most recent version of this deck. In the game clips coming up ahead, you are going to see most of the games with this list, as well as one game with the brand new list, and there's a very specific reason why I'm showcasing that new list. But honestly, this may not even be card for card exactly the list that I was messing with, because I believe in the stream clips coming up ahead, I only ran one funnel cake, but I will tell you right now that you 100% want double funnel cake, because the power level of this deck is absolutely unreal because of funnel cake. And I do find it very hilarious that in the previous version of Beetle Druid, we were all in on the OTK in one turn, because the game plan of this deck has kind of changed a little bit. Since we're not focusing on armor, we are just focusing on survivability and trying to do the combo and draw cards and then have the Beetle OTK ready to go. But there are some situations where you can't OTK, so you have to set up, damage in waves with the Beetle by summoning, 2 Beetles at once and then summoning 2 Beetles again for 40 damage over 2 turns. There are some possibilities of locking out your opponent with Reno combos, and we'll get to those Reno combos here in a second. But overall, Shatter Druid is on top of the meta again, and this would be the version of the deck that I would recommend. And if we take a look, we can notice on HS Replay that Druid is in a very, even spot right now. But I imagine this number is going to continue to increase, because the only reason why Druid is suffering right now is honestly not due to the balance patch and the cards getting weaker. It's just the popularity of Warlock has made Druid numbers kind of die down, because Treant Druid can't beat Warlock, and for the longest time, Ramp Druid could not beat Warlock in any situation. But now Druids actually can beat Warlock. It's not the main matchup you're trying to beat. It is actually the matchup that is responsible for half of my losses with Druid, but it is theoretically possible for Druid to beat the Warlock. So if you have like a 40% chance against the Warlock matchup, and then like a 60% matchup against like Plague DK and Warriors, for example, then this starts to show the trend that Druid is going to start getting more popular, and we can actually see this in the stats already, to where at top 1000 legend, Shatter Druid is quickly climbing. It was at the bottom of tier 2, I believe, yesterday, but it is now becoming more popular. More people are testing it. Decks are getting optimized, and in top legend, Shatter Druid is doing very, very well. It's pretty much Beetle Druid, but it's called Shatter Druid because it runs Shatter. But in regular legend, it starts to die down a little bit, probably because there are more Warlocks and not as many Warriors on the ladder. In Diamond, it starts to fall out a little bit more, to the point where I'm not even okay, here it is. It's in tier 3. But then through Diamond through Legend, it is solidified at tier 3 right here. Could not find it for a second, but I believe that's because playing this deck is very difficult, and you have to not mess up with this deck. I know this is a common trend on my channel where it's like, it's not the stats that are bad, it's the people that are playing it. But when it comes to Ramp Druid, it really does ring true, because in top legend, this deck has got a 60%. Now, granted, the numbers are not really there. We don't have enough data to see just how bonkers of an archetype this deck actually is, but I am having ridiculous success with it as long as I do not queue into mostly Warlocks. But that begs the question, how exactly does Shatter Druid work? How does it work now that the cards have been nerfed? And how exactly do you kill or win games with this deck if you just die to Warlock by turn 4? So the first thing that I'm going to say is that you are going to lose Warlock games. That's just going to happen. You don't want to focus on whether or not this deck is bad into Warlock unless Warlock is like 60% of your games, because you are going to be able to beat every other deck due to how quickly you can draw cards, how easy it is to get to 10 mana, because now we are running Crystal Clunker in order to make sure that we get to 10 mana as quickly as possible. This is still a Ramp Druid at the end of the day. So you want to ramp to 10 mana so that way you can have an A&R combo. And the most consistent way that I've been playing this deck is that I use 1 Shatter Reflections on the A&R in order to, refresh, go back up to 10 mana, play Shatter Reflections, make another A&R, draw with that second A&R. But there are going to be some situations to where I throw out a lot of my cards so I can really maximize the draw from this card. But depending on how you use your Lifebinder's gifts, there are some situations to where you can play A&R, refresh, draw out your deck to the point where you don't have duplicates anymore, and then you can use Solar Eclipse as well as Funnel Cake in order to get your 8 mana back, play the Reno, lock out your opponent, and if you also happen to play Naga Giants on top of this, you can probably threaten lethal and force your opponent to actually have only one answer, because if they don't have a minion that clears the board, like a Brawler, for example, or if they don't have any way of actually removing your board, they will just simply lose to the Reno checkmate. And that is the reason why we are going all in with funnel cakes, to where you are seeing this list on HS Replay with only one funnel cake, but that's because this was the first deck that was going around. And so I optimized it a little bit. I took out a Crystal Clunker for a Yogg and something else for a second funnel cake, but this deck is still not 100% where I wanted it to be. Then I saw Yagi playing this version of the deck with Topior, and honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Topior is not really necessary in a deck like this, because it is a lot more important to just focus on ramping, getting to the ANR turn, and having this ridiculous amount of tempo that you exert out of nowhere. And Topior used to be the bridge that gapped our ramp to our ANR turns, but now it just feels so unnecessary, to the point where I don't even like running 2 planted evidences. So Tic Tac, good buddy of ours, Tic Tac from the EU server, has come up with the perfect 30 in my opinion, to where we're back to running 1 Lifebinder's Gift, we're running 1 planted evidence, and we have the double Naga Giant, because for some reason Yagi only wants 1 giant in the deck, and we're back to running 2 Crystal Clunkers, so that way we have the consistency of getting to 10 mana, we have that consistency of getting the ANR draw combos. But now the biggest question that I've already heard from some people already is, why are we only running 1 Death Beetle? The reason that we are running 1 Death Beetle is a very simple reason. It's because you are always going to use the second Shattered Reflection, or 9 times out of 10, you are going to use the second Shattered Reflection on the actual Death Beetle itself. So if you do need situations to where you have to draw into second Beetles, you do have that. But most of the time that you're going to win with the Death Beetle, you're just going to set up Death Beetle into Solar Eclipse Shattered Reflections for 30 damage. So there's not really a reason to run 2 for consistency, because this deck draws an insane amount of cards all in one turn due to its main win condition of doing the ANR combo. And I've also seen some people like running like Lasher. I think MMF from the EU server, or the Asia server, has now made a different version of this deck that runs Contaminated Lasher. And honestly, I am not a big fan of running this in the deck. It feels like it's omega clunky, and Pendant of Earth is still a very important card in this deck, to where in the Warlock matchup in particular, you just want to keep this card. You want it in your possession because you want to have this Reno-like capability of drawing the Naga Giant off the Pendant of Earth and still healing up 20, or just putting yourself back up to 30, so that way the Warlock is still going to struggle to deal a lot of damage, because they can deal 30 very easily. Dealing 45, still in the realm of possibility. When you start getting into like 60, 70, sometimes 80 healing because of the amount of ANR heals that you have, Warlocks are not going to be able to deal with that if they don't have that 2, 3, 4 curve. That is usually the killer of Druid, is if they have Disposal Assistant, Forge of Wills into the 7/7. Like, you just can't beat the amount of stats that come out that quickly, unfortunately, as a Druid deck. And then that begs the question, what are the mulligans of this deck? The mulligan of this deck is pretty straightforward, in all honesty. The main cards that you want to keep are Embrace of Nature, Frost Lotus Seedling, and Nourish. I see a lot of people keeping Audio Amplifier, but in all honesty, I would not keep this card, even though it does tend to have a high mulligan win rate. And the reason why is because you usually draw into this card as you're doing your combos, so having Audio Amplifier in hand is actually detrimental to your early game, so I would not recommend it. There are some people that keep Lifebinder's Gift if you already have Embrace in order to guarantee the Nourish draw, so there are some situations to where you can keep that. Sometimes you can keep Innervate if you don't have coin, but it really does set up beautifully where you play Nourish into Cluster, and then you're already pretty much sitting at 10 mana. So if you already have the ANR and Shattered Reflections in hand, you are pretty much cooking with this deck extremely effectively. But the other situations you have to keep in mind is that every now and again, you might keep Solar Eclipse with your Frost Lotus Seedling if you're against a slower matchup. You can always keep Cluster against like a Warrior in most situations, especially if you have cards like Lifebinder's Gift or Nourish. The most important thing is that you need to ramp and you need to draw cards in order to have your big bombastic turns. And now the last question that I can imagine people asking is, how good is Photographer Fizzle? Does Fizzle absolutely need to be in this deck in order for this deck to thrive? And I'm going to say yes. And the reason why is because in the mirror and against 40 card Warrior in particular, sometimes you have to play your cards in a very awkward order, or sometimes you get unlucky with how you draw cards, to where you do need to duplicate some of the Death Beetles and the Shadow reflections in order to make sure that you are going to be able to bully that warrior. Because against like warriors that get lucky and have like the Ignis Wind Fury armor weapon, you can beat that, but you absolutely need the Fizzle in order to do that. And in Druid Mirrors in particular, having the second Reno come down is very important. And I don't mean the second Reno as in like I have played 2 Renos in the game. I mean he who plays Reno second is usually going to be the one in the lead, because you remove your opponent's tempo, you have all this damage, and if the damage is unanswered, then you just simply win the game. And if you play Reno second after doing like a combo, then there are some situations to where that absolutely dominates. But that is a bit of a very specific situation. Sometimes Druid Mirrors come down to who makes the most awkward play for the opponent. Remember, Hearthstone is a game that is not about making the best turn for you, it's about making the most awkward turn for your opponent. And if the best turn for you is building up a bunch of 10-10s and running them into the face and then playing Reno, and then that also happens to be the turn that disrupts your opponent the most, then by all means do it. But this deck is always asking itself the question, how can I deny my opponent from winning the game to then set up into my combo? So don't just fixate on the combo, don't just tunnel vision on one specific thing with this deck, because there are going to be some situations you need to Shadow Reflections an enemy minion with Rush. There might be some situations you have to Shadow Reflections the Naga Giant in order to threaten as big of a board as possible, and there actually might be some situations to where A&R going for healing is just the best thing to do, and you have to lead the refresh and pray to God that you don't just die. So know your specifics, play your outs, and dominate the ladder with Beetle Druid, because it really is one of the best decks in the game right now. And just to make sure that I showed my rank, I am rank 90 with this deck right now. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Patreon if you want to get extra perks and bonuses for supporting the content, like getting deck optimizations, coaching, and even shout outs in future videos. But thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. Okay, against Warrior, this is actually a ridiculously good hand. We'll go ahead and toss the pendant because we're not gaining armor from it. I don't really care about the healing from it either. I'm only keeping Solar Eclipse because I might be able to do something with like Nourish with Solar Eclipse. So 40 card Warrior, this is exactly the matchup that we want. Why is the Funnel Cake in the deck? Isn't this your last chance for pro? I mean, yes, but if these decks are good and I can play them well, then I might as well try them. That's my logic. Yo, Anger Management coming in with a follow. Good to have you here, man. Funnel Cake the cheap mana, maybe? I mean, it has to be that, right? Isn't Shump a meme deck kind of guy? Yes, but that's not the reason why we're playing this. We're not playing this because it's a Shump deck. We are playing this because somebody just sent me this link on Donkey where I think, what, in the past day? In the past 3 days, this deck, the Chump deck, has a, out of 204 games, has a 55.9% win rate. That is why we are playing this. Bro, never lackey. Trying to draw into the Nourish, but now I just feel foolish for not just coin Nourish. Okay, whatever. I'm surprised to see there's no Topior on this deck. The matchup spread. Yeah, Warrior is like, yeah, 67%. It's also the most amount of matchups. It's gone 3-0 against Paladin. What, against Big Paladin, maybe? This all seem like good cards to discount. Lightning Reflexes. I think I understand how this deck is supposed to win. So I Death Beetle, refresh mana to potentially Solar Eclipse into Shatter the Beetle. This is weird. I mean, I kind of don't feel like I have, like, the nuts hand right now. But I gotta be able to beat Warrior. Yo, what's going on, Goomba? Good to see you, mate. I lost to it because I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, that's another thing. This deck probably has some extra percent. Oh, come on. Double Giant in hand already. Think I should do this now. These are so bad. Bro, these are so bad. Guess I gotta play this first with the 2/2s. Kind of gives away what I'm doing, but I don't know, dude. This is maybe I could have doubled up the card draw. Maybe that would have been a bit more fruitful. I just feel like I'm not cycling through the deck and my opponent's just literally sitting here just stacking armor. And unlike the other deck, like, we don't have the docks. Why are we not running the docks? Okay, there's Death Beetle. Okay, Flash of Lightning, that's pretty good. But still, how are we winning this game? I'm very confused. I really don't know what I'm doing here. Like, what am I building up towards? So there's Fizzle combos, potentially. So, like, Fizzle the Death Beetle in hand with, like, the Shadow Reflections, Solar Up. Whoa! 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 What the hell, Hearthstone? Dude, that just died immediately. That was like flicking on a light switch. I thought I disconnected from my internet, but no, it was just Hearthstone. Yeah, I'm banned because I'm trying to bring back a dead archetype. Blizzard's like, no, keep this dead. We nerfed this once. Why are you trying to make us nerf it again? Hearthstone moment. Oh my god, I didn't even get to see him do all of this. Please get lucky and give me Nourish. Nice. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of scared about giving him Fizzle, but he's a 40 card deck. It's really hard for him to use it. Our guy's casually above 70. Yeah, but we'll find a way. Like, I can use this next turn overloaded to play Cluster and just make a bunch of taunts. At this point, I just need Shattered Reflections. I just need Shattered Reflections at this point. Hearthstone doesn't work on the new IS thanks to attention by Blizzard. My game has done that at least 6 times this week, not just me. I mean, it's the first time that I've seen that happen. Where like it just dies with no warning. Okay, there's Shattered Reflections. I'm also gonna be at 11 mana next turn. So I'm only gonna summon I'm gonna summon 2 3/7s. One will get returned, which is fine. So how does it start? I ANR into Shattered Reflections. Wait.
Contemplation.
What if it's Shattered Reflections? No, I gotta draw. So we're gonna ANR into Solar Eclipse. Shadow Reflections the ANR. Or do I wait on doing that? I could just refresh. Play this, draw some cards, hold on to this for like the second Shadow Reflections. I think that's what we need to do. Well, okay, if I ANR into Beetle Shadow Reflections, that does 30. But then he just clears everything. The funnel cake has to be the key. What does the funnel cake help us accomplish? Okay, clear the board. Find a way to clear the board, yo. You know what to do. It's definitely not Beetle turn now. Yaga's still at 3/7. I know, right? He could have been fucking punished for that. Could have been Omega punished for it.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild. I bestow these gifts upon the world.
Wait a minute. Do you guys see the line? Reno.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
Okay, alright, we kind of just pulled this around.
Here.
Thank God it wasn't the last card in our deck. Last card is actually Snapshot. Why is Deck Tracker being rude and not showing Embrace of Nature and Naga Giant? But yeah, we're at 11 cards. We're not overdrawing.
My hand is full.
That was kind of a good turn, and I still have Shattered Reflections, and I have stuff in the, like, I could just play Beetle into Shattered Reflections, right? But if I do that, then I don't have Shattered Reflections anymore. So, okay, hold on. So it's A&R, refresh, play out some of the cards, make room for the snapshot.
I'm out.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild.
I mean, this is kind of working. Yeah, the double Shattered was definitely what I need to do because I need to get as much damage into my deck as possible. Like, next turn, I can, like, discover a spell, play a Beetle, deal some damage, try to discover, like, another, Like, I really want to put a Nubricon in this deck. Like, I feel like there is potential for this deck to be good, but, like, we need to go back to the Nadox. At the same time, we are just kind of winning on tempo right now. This doesn't clear everything. I'm still left with 15 damage on the field. Now I'm about to play another 10. Wait a minute. Is this just working? Yeah, the enemy doesn't have an answer. Imagine using Yogg to steal a fucking, like, taunt minion instead of, like, using it for an AoE. This is his own fault. 30 to the face, not enough burst. Nah, dude, we're fine. We're chilling. What are we worried about? He's not doing anything, and we still have 3 more Beetles in the pocket.
A little light on cards here.
I guess we just have to pick the damage card, as awkward as it is. Might need to use that for nature spells, actually. I have a 70% with this deck. Out of how many games and what ranks are you playing it at? Convoke? Like, we're just pressuring him in waves. Yo, what's going on, Janos? Dude, Beetle Druid is apparently a good deck again. Like, on Donkey, it's got almost a 60% win rate. I don't know why. I think it's just because it beats Warrior. Anything that could beat Warrior right now, you could probably have a positive % win rate. I haven't played in 7 days, but maybe I should try it. I mean, if you were good at old Beetle Druid, I think there's a way to optimize this deck. Like, I want to put back in a Nubricon and Nadox. They need to change Shatter to non-Titan. That's how I would have done it personally. But, I mean, I think Shatter's a fun card. I want it to be playable. Man, dude, imagine if I had an Innervate.
I'm out.
This seems like a fun deck. Yeah, dude, like, this seems a lot more fun than just bombastic OTK. Like, Beetle Druid apparently is still a good deck. I mean, this is my first game with it, so I have to get some more games where I can speak on it for sure. But it's like, look at this Warrior struggling, as I'm literally just playing 10-10 after 10-10. Dude, that's fine. That's still absolutely fine. Wait, hold on a minute. Is that 18? 18. Oh, I'm 1 damage off. I'm 1 damage off right now. Give me Living Roots. Or Moonbeams. Moonbeam also does it, dude. I mean, I thought we were gonna. Okay, in all honesty, the reason why this guy lost is because he threw away his Yogg. Okay, so the Druid Mirror. Wait a minute. No, No, I don't, dude, no, I don't want to do this mirror again. You can't make me. I mean, I guess just go for the good cards, for the nourishes and the embraces. Double Lifebinder's gift? Wait, what? Did he summon Odin? He did not.
I see you.
Maybe it's a dragon druid. I don't think it's dragon. I think there's something telling me this is not dragon. Is this guy trying to bring back solar eclipse due process? This definitely is an Areno deck, right? Okay, so how am I supposed to utilize my Lifebinder's gifts? I'm not just gonna random the nature, am I? I could use one for random and one for discount. I feel like using one for discount is gonna be necessary, but like I need something here. Okay, these are not it. These were not it. No, Jombre Druid is a 30 card Druid deck. It's not a 40 card Druid, so I actually don't know what this guy's cooking here. I don't know what's in the kitchen. All right, I don't know what's cooking. 2 discounted Shouter feels kind of good. I think I'm gonna wait on the discounting of Shouter. I kind of regret using it for these, but it is what it is. So yep, give me that nourish. I think we just throw this away. Crap, I can't throw away any of these cards. I mean, I guess I can maybe do something with Lunar, but I doubt he's playing a minion here. Yep, there comes his nourish. So we're gonna have to use the Innervate. His nourish is kind of in the way. And if we fill our hand with nothing but spells, I think I have to play the Lifebinder's gift. Oh my god, dude. I had literally nothing but spells in my hand. I just literally discounted my hand by 9 mana. But none of them are Solar Eclipse. It's a little bit unfortunate. Okay, he's got Toby. Alright, it's a little bit annoying, but I just gotta throw these cards out of hand before I get to the A&R turn. So we get Pendant to get, potentially Fizzle, I think. I think we might need Fizzle. Funnel Cake for 0, that's also good. Yeah, that's true. Funnel Cake for 0 does kind of make up for the fact that we don't have Solar Eclipse, because this is just, you know, gain 3 mana. So is this guy just playing typical, like, what's the gimmick? Why are we playing Renethal? Like, is this just a good cards deck, or is this something else? Aquatic Form. Save that for next turn. Trying to see if I can't, like, plan, like, the same Reno turn that I did last game. Just gonna play these cards. There's Fizzle. I don't think this guy's playing Reno. And if I could play Reno after like doing like a big turn, it just wins, right? I just understand Druid decks, dude. I just get them. So it's either, okay, I might need a way to turn. Can we get some heavy metal songs instead of this garbage? What do you mean? What? Dude, no. This is a Pokemon theme. What's wrong with Pokemon themes? Absolutely nothing. No. Okay, so those are all the duplicates now.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild. I bestow these gifts upon the world. The beauty of nature.
I didn't hit Reno? No. No! What?
Are you
How do I?
Time is fleeting.
Not even the aquatic form. What do you? I can't draw, guys. Are you kidding me?
Lock your souls away.
That was such a good turn. That was such an insanely good turn. I literally won the game immediately. Immediately. If oh my. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You could Yogg and kill your board, it's all the same. I mean, okay, that is true, but I wouldn't have taken all this damage then. So yes and no, but oh my god. If I didn't just take all of that damage, like we would have automatically won because then we have all the pressure. Now we have to worry about losing this game somehow. The Beatles might save. But in all honesty, I just need this to survive another turn. I want to try and play Reflections. I don't think it's going to survive. Technically, we have 30 damage, though. If these minions survive as he tries to clean up, then we can win. Okay.
Cards here.
Why didn't I just add the snapshot to my hand? I'm literally adding cards into my deck. That was a mistake. I was literally trying to play around the potential of like Theatar since he is playing a 40 card deck, but I don't think it really matters at this point. And if we do end up top decking snapshot, it's fine. Okay, all right. It's Reno, in my honest opinion. I don't think it is. Like, I think it's too soon to say that. And if we're really playing 40 card Reno, holy god. Okay, ANR. Refresh. Am I just getting scammed? I love Scamstone. I mean, Druid, let's be honest, man. These kind of Druid decks, albeit they are degenerate, they are fun. You can't deny that. These are fun decks. Even though this does happen and makes people want to rage quit. I am kind of mad, though, that the moment I start playing this deck, I get queued into, like, the greedy mirror. And I don't have Yogg in my deck, so I can't force attacks. I don't know, dude. I feel like there's got to be a way to change this deck. Like, I really don't like Crystal Clunker.
The beauty of nature.
Like, I want to put Yogg in the deck. Wait a minute, he doesn't clear? And I got lucky. Wait, this gets Wait a minute, no, but the Beetle's in my deck. Oh my god, wait, I need to draw card. Wait, I can draw with Hero Power. Isn't there an Innervate in the hand? I'm so fucking good. I am so fucking good, dude.
It's against me.
All right, yeah, this deck actually might be insane. Just lost to a priest using Climactic Necrotic Explosion against me. I'm super tilted. Let me try to untilt you. As annoying as that matchup is, you as the Rainbow DK are like omega unfavored against Control Priest. So whatever happens in that matchup just happens. Donkey showed you the deck can work. Now you can try to refine it. I feel like we just always take out the cluster. One cluster could swap with Yogg. Let's go, dude. Oh my god, let's go. Beetle Druid back? You do YouTube? Do you even know what that platform promotes? What does YouTube promote? They promote other content creators, right? I like your music, bro, for real. Yeah, we're on a kick of video game themes right now. I don't know why, but every single day I start up my stream, it's like I could go with my normal like rock playlist with like a bunch of other stuff in it, but gamer music just works for Twitch streams. YouTube promotes gold player content. Yeah, exactly. Low rank scum. How dare they? How could they? All right, so either give me wild growth or wrath or a way to kill these minions. Nourish. Oh man, dude, I could actually play the Nourish if I had Innervate, but I don't. It's just got to be natural causes into hero power. It's good enough. Got this going into next turn. Yo, Cryptic's gameplay coming in with a tier 1, making us that much closer to our 300 goal, where we need 300 different people to subscribe to the channel. And then we can start earning a 70-30 split, but we need to do that 3 months in a row, so that's gonna take a while to get to that number. All right, let's go Nourish. Now I just need to find a solar eclipse and I'm chilling. Can I add Zelda Ocarina of Time OST intro? It's already in this playlist. Like it's just shuffling on random video game music. We've heard Pokemon, we've heard Plants vs. Zombie, we've heard Mario, we've heard Zelda, other games that I don't remember, like Terraria. There's been another one with Terraria. Ow. Another Nourish. Give me Solar Eclipse. You know? Wasn't there somebody earlier that said we needed to drop the pendant? There's been some Sonic too. Can I share the playlist? It is literally Spotify just shuffling random music after I typed in Dire Dire Docs. It's not an actual playlist. So we have to go with ANR on the off shot that we get Shadow Reflections.
Time is fleeting.
Okay, come on. Shadow Reflections, please. Yeah, it's just the algorithm. It's just a bunch of random video game music. Is The Last of Us OST in it? I have no idea, but it's been mostly retro. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, hold on a minute. No, stop. This is the high roll. Now I wish I picked Yogg. I could have stolen the third.
I bestow these gifts upon the world.
Gimme.
I bestow these gifts upon the world.
Yeah, so I have to Reno. Just do this first and see what we get. Oh my god. Oh, what a draw. We're back up to 41. Please don't play Forge. Please don't play Forge. I mean, he does have a 13-13 minion. Let's put things in perspective. He's still kind of just chilling right now. Especially now that he has this. I need one ANR to survive because I need to draw from it. Because I have 2 duplicates in my deck. I didn't forget to celebrate the sub. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That's right. I didn't ask you guys to spam emotes. Never mind. I did. Guys, don't forget to spam emotes for Cryptics. No, monstrous. No! Wait, no, we're fine, right? We're fine. Right? We're fine. We're chilling. He didn't have 3 sludges he put to the bottom of the deck, right? If he does, that actually wins the game. I need to draw for my ANRs. Oh my god, let's fucking go. Oh, this deck's the nuts! Oh my god, this deck's the nuts! Dude, Beetle Druid is back on the menu. He left both ANRs alive. He couldn't deal with them. He had to trade. He had to trade into the taunts. He didn't have the cards to deal with the ANRs. He literally Finley'd. Like, he either he saw... Okay, either he got the cards and he fucked up, which I don't think happened because he's ranked 19. Or he just didn't get it. He couldn't trade the second ANR, exactly. Oh my god, dude. What if I burn Amplifier? I mean, first of all, he's in my hand. Second of all, I don't think that's even necessarily a problem because you could just win on the board. I mean, obviously you don't want to burn Amplifier, but... Oh, dude, I'd be so pissed too. I'd be so mad if I was this guy too. He could have killed ANR with his 13-13 and sludged the second one, right? I don't think so, because he had to trade to the taunts. There were 2 ANRs on the field. Like, he even had, like, the monstrous form on the 5-5 to try and, like, make it easier, but he was just missing damage. Oh my god, dude. Don't even need the beetle, bro. Don't even need the beetle. Oh my god. We're fucking back, bro. Okay, nourish into cluster. Not bad. Fuck priest, that is also acceptable. Fuck warlock and fuck plagues as well. I don't mind plagues because I can beat plagues. Plagues are easy to beat. But when they win, oh man. Why is it never wild growth? Why is it literally never wild growth? Yo, what's going on, Chris Chaps? Guy followed just so he could type in chat, fuck warlock and priest. And that is how you farm engagement in Hearthstone, guys. Just played against someone named I Hate Warlock. They were playing Warlock though, weren't they? They were 100% playing Warlock. I can guarantee you that.
Job done.
Lurking. Fuck Hearthstone. There we go. That's another acceptable answer. If you love Hearthstone, I guarantee you've said fuck Hearthstone a couple of times. So that's the easiest way to find the most passionate people about the game. Rogue player and beat me, a Warlock player. Lol. Warlock player named, or Rogue player named I Hate Warlock. Looks like he's playing Rainbow. Alright, so we got the double ramp into draw a card, heal, and then we have taunts in the next turn. This game sucks donkey dick. I love it so much I come back every few years to find the funs I once had in it. You wanna know how you can get that feeling back? You wanna know how you get that feeling back of how you used to enjoy Hearthstone? You gotta play with friends. Playing with friends is the easiest way to start enjoying the game again. Because when you play with friends, you can ignore the bullshit. It's easier to turn off that bullshit ray, I guess, is one way of describing it. I would just pick the Yogg here because I might need to do something with Yogg. I feel like it's got to be Convoke next turn, though. Either that or I could play Cluster for 3/7s. Cluster might just still be the play. Cluster into... I guess I couldn't have played Double Giant, so yeah, picking Yogg was correct. What is this Yogg 3D shit? What do you mean Yogg 3D shit? You mean like this? I don't have Diamond Yogg. I didn't want to buy the mini set. I didn't want to buy the golden mini set. I will also uninstall it a few times a day. Back to it after 5 minutes. Some would say that's an addiction. Some would say, not me. Obviously not me. Keep playing Hearthstone, King. What if it's Clunker and a draw 3?
Are you thinking?
I think it's gotta be Cluster and a draw 3. I also get to summon the Giant, so... Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is try to find Reno. If I can Reno clear, or like Reno into like Shatter. Shatter would also be insane. You think you're hitting top 50 today? Bro, I'll be surprised if I get my top 100 back. We literally need a net like 5 wins, or not even 5 wins. We need like 6 or 7 wins here. I've got the base version of Yogg as well, Clark. Clark decided to try out for Spring Championship. He announcement he would be, this would be his last attempt at Hearthstone Esports, so he kind of has to play Standard this month and next month. Yep, that's what's going on today. Ban that uninformed guy? Wait, what? Oh, it's Cthulhu, you uncultured swine? Okay, yeah, that's Cthulhu, not Yogg. Why is Cthulhu a druid hero anyway? Reasons. I don't really know why. I think it's okay, think of it this way. Cthulhu's like a tank, right? He's got a lot of HP. Druid's got a lot of armor. They got a lot. They're big tanks, like the tanks of Hearthstone. That's the only justification I can come up with. The only thing that even remotely makes sense. I feel like I'm supposed to Yogg clear this, but if I do that, 2 1s are left over. I could do this just to get the audio amp, but that seems like a massive waste. I guess we start with this and see what we find. Nourish to draw 3? I just want Reno, dude. That's all I really care about. Okay, there's Shatter, so I can do the Shatter combo now.
Time is fleeting.
There was actually an argument to picking the audio, but I feel like I'm gonna draw into it, and I don't need it now. I can play it when I do my Reno play. Okay, so ANR, Innervate. Wait, no, ANR, Refresh, Shatter, Innervate. There's no way I'm dead. That's fine. Okay, so he's drawing cards. I believe we're fine. Funnel Cake and Lotus are literally the bottom cards. It's a little annoying, but we can make it work.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild. I bestow these gifts upon the world. The beauty of nature.
There is one path.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
Alright, GG. What are Cthulhu's, chat? Cthulhu is an old god. An old god of power, I think? I really don't know what his power is, but he's essentially a being as old as time that is on the same level as, like, Cthulhu. Okay, so he's the god of chaos. Wait, what's the difference between chaos and insanity? What's the difference between chaos and insanity? They finally missed the ANR, by the way. Oh, emotes? He's got a lot of different emotes. He's got a lot of different